Guys, summer's winding down, and you know what that means. Look what we just got going on in the showroom. It is patio heater city in the showroom. So we have our Infratex, we have our BROMIC gas, we've got our BROMIC electric, and then even more BROMIC electric. Those are kind of the two brands that we're talking about. They're freestanding gas unit. So we're gonna be doing a series of videos. This particular one, I'm gonna be reviewing the new BROMIC electric series, and we're gonna be doing some versus videos that you guys are gonna have to subscribe to stay tuned for. Brands and gas versus electric, stay tuned for that. But today we're talking the new overview of the BROMIC Eclipse, and I'll be talking about their other electric patio heaters as well. Let's roll. All right, so everything in here is gonna be live and running, except gas, of course. You can't run the gas indoor. But there's a little tip on some differences between gas and electric. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire this up right away, just so it can get warm while I'm chatting here for a second. It does, as you can tell, come with a little remote control. So I'm gonna turn the heater on. We'll talk about this in a second. If you guys are in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today, check out these products. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, do all the things, etc., etc. So let me show you this. Here's what BROMIC has to offer. This is their new Eclipse lamp series. I'm 6'3", so you can see it's not the type of product that's meant to be stood under. I'll fry my head. If you're any taller than me, it's gonna actually burn your hair. So obviously you're not meant to stand underneath it. You're gonna put like a fire pit underneath it or a table around it with chairs. I'll sit in a chair in a second just to see how it feels. What's really cool with this too is it comes, which I think is a much more versatile way to buy this guy, is it comes with just a straight mounting pole. So it's gonna have a mounting pole, and then you can mount that on the ceiling. You can't do a sidewall mount, but it's meant to mount vertically, and then you can do as many as you want and kind of vary the height of these. It's a little more easy versus this standalone unit. This standalone unit's awesome. You see, but it does take up a lot of space. So we have this big sort of pole here that goes to this base, which is kind of dirty right now. But this base is crazy heavy. It probably takes like 3 of us to move it, which is important. That way you know the wind's not gonna blow it over or anything like that. It is on 220, so we do have it plugged in over here. So you're gonna have to mount this to 220. It does move a bit, but it's very stable and very sturdy. So while this is heating up, before I talk about the features, I'm gonna tell you some other things that BROMIC offers when it comes to their other electric patio heaters. So we have the Platinum. The Platinum is sweet because it has that covered glass, and you can do it in the white or black. And the best part about the Platinum is they can be flush mounted. So if you want the cleanest, most simplest look, those flush mount and you can hardly even tell that they're there, and they're just super attractive and they look great, and they come in different sizes, of course. And then they have their Tungsten electric heaters, which I think are the most popular. Those two come in black and white, and you can do a single element or a dual element. The advantage to a dual element is we can shut off one of those elements, so you get a better turn down ratio. And BROMIC does offer a bunch of different remote systems where you can dim it, things like that, so you get full functionality. Out of these two, which one is better? I think the Tungsten is gonna heat better. And then the problem that you're gonna see with this guy sometimes is you don't, with that glass covering, I don't think it runs quite as powerful as the Tungsten versus the sort of open concept of the Tungsten. So I don't think you'll get quite as much heat, but you're sacrificing attractiveness a little bit for heat. This has that same glass on it though. So we'll see just how well this performs with that glass. And it's putting off some good radiant heat. You can see sort of that red little ring in there. Okay, so how does this guy work? So this guy comes with a remote control as well. And then this is cool, check this out. So we're also gonna get lighting. So it does come with like a little light. Looks pretty good. What do you think, Chris? How's it look on camera?
Yeah, that's great.
Looks cool. And then we can go 50%. So we sort of dimmed it a little bit and then off. So we got 50, a hundo, you can fire it back on. So we do have this sort of ambient light, which we can use in the summer if we didn't want the heat. And then same with our heater. So heater, we have 100%, 66%, 33%, and off. So we got sort of four different settings if you include off. So that's pretty cool. I have it on 100%. I'm gonna give it about 5 or 10 minutes or so, but of course, like I said, let's try this out. So you would want, you know, you're gonna be sitting under this. You're not gonna be, you know, standing, socializing around. You're gonna be sitting just like this underneath this guy. And what I wanna see is, while I'm sitting down, is how toasty is it gonna keep me, and how big is the diameter. I'm pretty much right under it and I can feel it. It's definitely warm. I think it needs a few more minutes still, but I wanna know, is this really practical on a patio, or is you're gonna need a million of them to feel it? Let's just let this warm up for a few minutes and we'll check back. So like I said, you obviously are gonna be sitting under these. I think these would be great in like a commercial application with a pole mount, like on an outdoor patio, because one, they're attractive, but they serve multiple purposes. You're gonna get ambient lighting, and you're gonna get, of course, it's gonna heat the space. And on a more pole mount, you're not really stuck to this design. So I think in commercial applications or a really nice residential application, they're gonna be great like that over tables. All right, so it's been on for about 10 minutes. This gun, we're reading 980 degrees. Now, obviously, it doesn't feel like, oh, it's pretty hot actually. But on my hand, like my hand underneath it, it's pretty stinking hot. It's burning my hand a little bit. 100 and, what are you reading there, Chris? 122. Yeah, that's hot. Woo. But check this out. On the floor, we're at 84 degrees on the concrete right below it versus, you know, the concrete that's not underneath it, 75 degrees or so. So it's definitely heating the space under it. It's raising the temperatures. Now here's what's funny. This is gonna be in a separate video on my gas versus electric patio heater videos, but the common, most biggest misconception is that electric heat is not powerful enough. It's definitely very, very hot. Like, I think it's the biggest misconception when it comes to patio heaters. Electric patio heaters are actually very, very powerful. And this, in my opinion, isn't even the most powerful one. And it's definitely doing the job of heating the space. Mr. Know-It-All, what's going on, man?
They said you'd be back here. It's good to see you.
Nice seeing you, buddy. Yeah. I guess COVID protocols are over.
No.
You're a hugger?
Yeah, I've had it 9 times, and I'm still living.
9 times? Wow. That's a lot of times during COVID. Probably because you hug people so much.
Yeah, I love hugs.
Yeah,
my wife says I'm a hugger.
What can I do for you? I'm bet. What can I do for you today?
Well, it's that time of year. I need some patio heaters.
Great. I actually just hooked up an electric one.
This is on. See, this is what I'm talking about. I need gas. You try and push me towards electric. Do I look like the kind of buffoon that wants to pay for electric heat? It just doesn't work.
Like, you don't think electric gets powerful enough?
Yeah, I've read it on Wikipedia. It just doesn't heat enough. This is what I need. Something like this that's gas. That
be careful, I don't want you burning your head's a little hot.
Thanks.
You know, so you think this one works pretty good?
Yeah, this is what I want. Something like this.
A gas heater because you love this?
Yeah, because this is gas.
Did you know this is actually an electric heater?
Kidding me, Trevi?
I'm not kidding you, Mr. Know-It-All. This is electric.
All right, right one up for me.
You do this to me every time, and then I show you the right way to go.
Yeah.
So you think in electric now, totally changing your mind.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't know this, but electric heat is actually a lot more powerful than people think. That guy, I swear he interrupts more of my videos and he just never knows what he wants, and then I always show him the right way to go. My point is that electric heaters are actually a lot more powerful than people give them credit for, as Mr. Know-It-All just found out the hard way, or the better way, I guess you could say. All right, one last thing I wanted to test. Their brochure says that we have an 11-foot radius. So obviously right here, ooh, it's hot, it's cooking. Where I'm standing right here, I can feel it. I can feel it. So 11-foot radius, we need a tape. Where's Randy? He's got a tape measure on his belt at all times. All right, so they said 11-foot radius. So I'm gonna put 5.5 near the center. All right, so I feel it here. Now here's the thing, this is a big open room. It's gonna simulate the outdoors pretty well. The AC's blowing, I can kind of feel the AC, but honestly, I think that replicates the outdoors pretty well. You're never gonna have just stagnant air all the time. So the wind does affect these a bit. I feel it here, but let me try sitting. So if I put my chair out by the end of the 11 foot, I don't feel anything. Now I feel it. I feel it. Feel it on my lap. A little bit on my chest. So I'm sitting, I'm about 3 feet out. I'm sitting at about 3 feet out from center, which is gonna give you more of like a 6 foot radius. Let me try it. The air conditioner is right there, so let's try it this way. If we were more here, let's give it a try. I feel it about right here. Maybe scoot in a little bit, about right there. I'm about the same, don't you think? About 3 feet out. So I think it really is gonna need about a 6 foot radius. And this is not uncommon with all patio heaters. I think all the brands sort of undersize their charts. So I always tell people when you're ordering, always order, you don't have to necessarily order double the amount of what you think you might need. Ceiling height, ambient room temperature, amount of wind you get, a lot of it really affects the amount of heat that you're gonna feel. But I would always order more than what you think you need. Because I always tell people, like, you can turn it down. If you undersize, there's nothing more annoying than dropping, like, let's say you bought a bunch of them, dropping like 5 or 6K and not feeling warm. I tell you what, my wife wouldn't be very happy with me if I dropped that kind of coin and she still couldn't get warm on the patio. It's not gonna end well for me. And then all your electrical's already done, and it's a lot harder to add them after the fact. So size up, and you can always turn down. It's way better than not having enough heat, I promise you. So, by the way, that's a little hint of what I did at my patio, on my house, which we're gonna be doing a video of here shortly. Stay tuned for more. If you guys wanna check these out on our website and all of our patio heaters, make sure to stay tuned. See you guys next time.